Welcome in to the DNVR Avalanche podcast. We got AJ and Rudo kicking it old school tonight. Just the two of us as the Avs are taking on the St. Louis Blues. It's on the road, and the Avs need a road win.
Yeah, two teams with streaks tonight. The Avs have lost 6 straight road games.
Avs streak bad, yeah.
Yeah, the Blues have won 4 straight home games. Yep. So either those continue or they both stop.
That one. Let's do that one.
I agree. It's a good point, sir. It's a good plan for tonight. I like the idea of let's do that one.
You're heading into a night where, look, Colorado obviously is coming off of a disaster of a game, even if they didn't play that bad, whatever you want to say about it.
Disappointing loss.
The result is not good enough. Is this... I've looked ahead. I know one of E's keys is goldfish memory.
Yeah.
Is goldfish memory the play here, or should the last game be motivation to pound this team into the dirt?
I don't mind if they wear it a little bit.
Okay. All right. I'm here for it, yeah.
Keep it in the back of your mind. Especially if they get up, by 3 or 4 again.
Add another one.
Yeah, okay. We know what happened last game.
Yeah.
We are not doing that again.
Yeah.
The thing that I will be most interested to see is in that scenario, if they do have a multi-goal lead, even if it's 2-0, what happens when they give up the first goal against? Does it continue? Does a snowball?
Yep.
Is it an avalanche? Or do they turn it around? Do they put a stop to it and say, all right, no mas?
Yeah.
Because that's really what they needed last game. And I don't even think it was that bad, but we've seen way worse collapses in terms of how they play the game.
As far as the underlying play,
that's not a challenge.
Yep. Yes, I do know.
Not a challenge. Not a challenge. And again, you're right back to Georgiev.
Yep.
That guy be a goldfish.
Oh yeah,
He has to be a goldfish. The other guys, you could probably wear it a little bit.
Okay, I'm here for that take. Right now, Ross Colton, the game time decision tonight, obviously with the shot he blocked the other day.
Just get out of the way, bro. I'm kidding.
Look,
not with that goalie.
I don't think you want to go without Ross Colton tonight, but if he can't go, he can't go. It's not one that you're super worried about needing him tonight or anything. Let it heal if you have to, whatever.
Yeah, and the fact that he's this close to it, again, I am like, let it heal.
Yep.
Tonight is not so must win that you have to force this. Just let him be.
Yep.
And if you roll into your last game of the year with a healthier Ross Colton,
yep,
and maybe a Girard, maybe a Lehkonen, I don't even know. I doubt Lehkonen is that close to ready.
Assume January is really where it's at for him.
But maybe a Sam Girard,
Yep.
You don't necessarily need those reinforcements against the Sharks, but
put that lineup back together, though.
Exactly.
And
that increases your chances to win games and get points. We could talk about their place in the division all we want, but they're still going to need about 60 more points to win this thing.
Yep.
Maybe even more.
You don't win a division with 40-some points.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you did, oh my God, what the hell happened in that?
Yeah.
division?
Oh, was it a 35-game season?
Yeah, right. All right. On that note, let's hit Big E's 3 keys as he does have a video for us from wherever he is today.
All right, big game tonight against the St. Louis Blues in St. Louis. Redemption time. Key number 1, be a goldfish. Not to quote Ted Lasso, but it's a great quote there when he talks about being a goldfish. Short memory. Address what went wrong. Talk about it. Move on. That's the beauty of hockey. You get right back at it tonight. Right back at it. Different opponent, different game. Show what you can do. Have some swag. Believe in yourself. You're a good team. The Avalanche are a great team. Go back to having some swag. Number 2, match the desperation of the St. Louis Blues. It's December still. They're fighting for their lives. They've changed the coach. They're going to give everything they have. They work hard. AJ talks about it all the time. It's not his favorite team, but they work. So match the intensity, match the desperation. You should be able to go at them. Number 3, win the 5-on-5 battle. This is not a good team defensively. This is a team that struggles. They're -10 in goal differential. Again, they've played better lately. Bennington, hate to say it, but he's had a great season. So go at them, play down low, make some plays, win the 5-on-5 battle. I'm not worried about the power play. Power play is going to score. It's been striking lately. Top guys are going. Go get the 2 points. It's a big one tonight.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sometimes hockey's not that complicated of a sport. Things happen. Respond to them. If you do it the right ways, you're probably going to win the hockey game.
Yep. I mean, you just at least give yourself the best chance to, right?
Yep.
And St. Louis especially is kind of an odd opponent for everybody, not just for the Avs.
They're just a weird team this year.
Yeah, because they have a bad defense. It's bad. Mm-hmm. It's not getting any better. It's just bad. They're dangerous offensively. They've got real talent up front, and on a night where they're going, they can eat you up. And some nights they have a great goaltender. Like Jordan Binnington, there's not a lot of he just gives up 3 a night.
He either gives up 1 or gets blown up for 6.
Yeah. It's 1 or 5. Yeah. And that's you get into a second period and you're scoreless, you're like, this is a 1 kind of night.
Yep.
And so that makes them a jump on them early kind of team. Mm-hmm. Because a bad defensive team that gets down has to take more chances.
Yeah.
Which means that you're going to get
more opportunities on your end as well from the risks. Yeah, it absolutely makes sense. And that's the one thing I think you do want to take out of that Arizona loss if you're looking for a positive. The Avs played from ahead. They made the first 35 minutes of that game super easy on themselves.
Oh, yeah, they did.
And then the rest of it was a disaster. But
less than great.
If you take the good out of it, if you play like that again, you get ahead of St. Louis. You take a team that, as you said, they don't have the defensive talent to prevent stuff when they need to take risks going the other way. The Avs will get odd man rush opportunities and the like if they get to play from ahead.
Yeah, I mean, this is a team that just had a big comeback of its own recently against Chicago, where they were down by 3 against those guys. Like, this is a bad defensive team.
Yep.
So, this is not a game where if you get an A game out of the Avs, you're winning. Mm-hmm. If you get a B game out of the Avs,
you should probably win.
You should at least be like, hey, we should be in competition here for a point.
Yep.
Anything less than that, against anybody in the NHL, you open yourself up to a big problem.
You're playing C games, you're not going to win a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And that's, look, you kind of already alluded to it earlier. You've talked about the Avs needing to find a way to have the stopping power, right? Not have one goal spiral them out of control.
Yeah.
Is it more important for the Avs skaters or for Georgiev to have that mentality?
Gosh, I really think it's Georgiev.
So do I.
You got to lock it down, man. Yeah. You just got to lock it down. You got to be better. He was screened. Oh, he never saw the puck. Oh, whatever excuses you want to conjure up about any of the things that happened in Arizona, you look at every single one of those and you're like, you need one of those saves.
Yep. Pick one.
The ones that I'm giving him a complete free pass on are the first goal and the 5th goal.
Yep.
The 5th goal, he stops.
5th goal's complete nonsense.
Yeah, it's just schoolyard bullshit, man. And the first one, they just outplay you.
Yep.
And it's a great play. It's a great finish.
Yep.
Those are goals that when you give them up, you're like, give the guy a chance.
Yep.
The other ones, he has chances and
does not stop.
Yeah, gets beat. So I want Georgiev to have that stopping mentality, but it sure would have been nice the last game Miles would have scored on that breakaway.
Yeah, absolutely.
They probably win that game.
it's kind of two different themes, right? Georgiev, it's, hey, you need to stop the momentum. You need to not give up the next one. The offense is, hey, you need to stop the momentum by scoring.
Yeah, or at the very least, possess the puck.
Hold it in their zone for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. It's against a team like St. Louis, you kind of already alluded to it. Look, in 9 out of 10 matchups, the Avs are going to have the better star players. That remains true tonight. You will take McKinnon and Rantanen over Robert Thomas and
Jordan Kyrou,
sure.
Yeah.
Whoever they end up with on their first line besides those two tonight. And you'll take Cale Makar on the back end against anyone in the world. But you're looking at a team, especially if Ross Colton does end up out tonight.
He is.
So you're missing a 2C.
Yep.
Straight up.
Who's been your de facto 2C for a little while now.
Yep. And you have a St. Louis team who is solid depth-wise when it comes to their forward core. They do have 7, 8, 9 guys that they trust to play quality offensive minutes for them in that forward core. So is this a don't let your depth beat you type of night, or do you need more out of your depth forwards?
It's tough tonight with no Ross Colton, no Arturi Lehkonen. Ryan Johansson is playing next to Miles Wood and Jonathan Drouin. Like, it's really, really hard to be like, this is one you are definitely looking at your stars going, we need one. We need a big one here.
Them or Georgiev, one of the two, right?
Yeah.
Or both,
absolutely,
maybe.
Man.
Yeah.
You're going to need a little bit of both.
Yeah.
You're probably going to need at least 2 goals out of your stars.
Yep.
Even strength or power play, whatever.
Yeah.
I've said this a bunch in the last couple of years, but Colorado's true second line, it's their defense.
Yep. Production-wise, it just is.
Their defense had like 5 points last game, and they lost.
Yep.
That's should never happen.
True.
So, you got depth goals. You got 2 depth goals last game and lost.
Yep.
Expecting that to happen again is probably a tough ask.
Sure.
Especially with no Ross Colton. So you need your big guns to get it going. They're gonna have to do all the heavy lifting tonight, and if they get other help, then they should win. But your big guys, you need it out of your big guys. Cale Makar has got to play way better in his own end than
puck management's just got to be there.
So it has to get way better.
Yep.
And you need better out of Bowen Byram. Like defensively, you need better out of those guys in individual moments. We've talked a lot about the body of work and what it looks like, but in those individual moments, you need better. They just have to play better, man. And then your goaltender has to be sharp. Nothing easy, nothing free.
Yep.
And maybe make a badass save or 2 along the way.
Would you rather have depth production tonight or defensive depth prevention tonight? Which one would you mark as more important?
Prevention.
Okay.
I'm always going to take prevention.
You're the defense guy. I know.
Yeah, well, if you have prevention and your goaltender keeps it to 1 or 2, you trust your top line. Like, you're like, hey, I trust that the Stars are going to at least get us 1.
Yep. All right.
So
I'm with it.
Yeah, I'm... give me the prevention first.
Okay.
That's how they won a Stanley Cup. People always talk about Nazem Kadri and shit about how they won the cup. It's the defense, man. It was defense and goaltending. They outscored their problems in plenty of games when Francouz and Kemper and all that, but when they actually got down to brass tacks, starting in Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final, it was defense.
It's also a lot easier to outscore your problems when you're giving up 24 shots on a night, right?
It really is.
There's a balance there, right? You can't win a hockey game without scoring goals.
Yeah.
But you also can't lose a hockey game if you don't give up any goals. So, could go either way on that one.
Except in the shootout. That's a tough one. You can lose 1-0 in a shootout.
Yeah, I mean, you have to give up a shootout goal then. So technically.
Still, it's like...
I hear you.
Your defense is perfect. Your goalie is perfect. You get into a shootout and you lose, and it's like, this is bullshit.
Tough night. It's a tough night when that happens to you, for sure.
Yes.
I know the answer to this question is no.
Okay.
I've seen people talking about it. What, if anything, you're 35 games into the season.
Mm-hmm.
You take a look at the Avs systems, which the majority of the team has fell into line with at this point, even if they struggle with XYZ or whatever. Is there anything in their systems that needs a significant change, or
No.
has this team developed who they are enough that they just need to play to those systems?
No, they don't. They're the only system that I think I continue to be not in love with is their power play, because I think they rely too heavily on individuals to do something spectacular and not use the advantage that they are given to them with the extra guy on the ice. They don't use it as well as I think they should, and that's the only system that I really, really, really struggle with. All the other systems are tried and true, man, and their PK is actually pretty good this year.
It's funny that you bring up the power play, because I, first of all, agree with you. Secondly, the part that no one remembers from that Arizona game is the Avs scored 2 power play goals, and their systems, well, they probably weren't playing to their systems, to be honest, but what they did on those power plays was awesome.
Yeah.
Multiple times they ran this play where Makar slides down to the bumper and you rotate him around to McKinnon's spot. And they had this movement on their power play that you really haven't seen enough of this whole season.
Which is the problem.
And shocker, they score 2 power play goals when they're using that.
When those guys are, with those guys being as dynamic as they are, the more they move, the better they are.
Yep.
The only one that you're really comfortable being stagnant, just standing in a spot, is Mikko Rantanen.
Because he has the one-timer to be able to do that. Yeah, absolutely.
And Makar is otherworldly, keeping pucks in at the blue line.
Yep.
So that guy always gets a workout. He never just stands around.
And boards to boards, I should say.
And when they move around a lot, I was actually watching earlier today. I rewatched when Colorado beat them the first time they played.
Yep.
Rantanen scores a power play goal in that game.
Yep.
And right in front of the goaltender, standing literally right next to each other, are Ryan Johansson and Terry Lehkonen. And it's like, that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a problem. That's not what you
two
want.
guys playing one spot.
Yeah. When you're talking about having more players on the ice and 2 of them are standing in the same ice, you're much easier to defend. Yep. And that's the system that I struggle with. Because they have 2 guys out there that you're just like, what are they doing? They're doing the same job.
It just feels a little bit like they don't know what to do with the tools that they have at times too, right?
Yeah.
Earlier in the year, we talked a lot about where do you put Jonathan Drouin on that power play, because you don't love Mikko behind the net, even if he is very good there. You want him to be a shooting threat as well. On the opposite side, you have McKinnon, who far too often gets stuck along the half wall, literally cement in his skates.
Yeah.
You just have to find something that is a little bit more consistently active.
Yeah. Yeah, because those seam passes that they're always looking to make, when do they work?
When you open them up by moving your feet.
When the defensemen are moving around a little bit. So at 5v5, I don't have an issue with the systems. They just have to play better.
I think that's totally fair. Yeah.
You're not looking at the system and going, oh, this is a problem. People always whine about in-game adjustments, but it's like, what do you...
There's no system adjustment to Bowen Byram just didn't cover his guy.
Right, like Bowen Byram just stood in the center of the ice and didn't do anything. Cale Makar whiffs on a clear.
Right.
You know, like, oh, the in-game adjustments aren't good enough. This isn't football.
Yeah. You don't pause every 15 seconds and set up your defense.
It's a different world in a regular season. You do what you do. You think teams are making big systemic adjustments against the Avs in games? No. You do what you do, and you just hope that you do what you do better than they do what they do. That's a lot of doing.
Or you do what they do better than what they do it. Also an option.
Yeah, and in a game like tonight, they are a team that has to get out in transition and has to use their offensive firepower.
Which is a game the Avs should like.
Yeah. Yeah, less so
with no Roscoe,
with no Roscoe,
and
no
Joe
Arturi Lehkonen.
Yeah, that's true.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah. But hey, we always talk about opportunity on this show. Ben Myers.
Absolutely.
Ben Myers between Andrew Cogliano and Logan O'Connor. Keep trying to earn it, Ben.
Yep.
Keep trying to earn it.
He's in a spot where he has that opportunity. There are not really any other centers that the Avs can go with right now when they're down 1. So does he stick? I don't know. We've talked a lot about how I think we both believe he's an NHL caliber player, but it hasn't stuck with the Avs yet. You get an opportunity maybe to play more like 12 minutes tonight instead of 8.
Yeah.
Go get
And
it.
in the middle of the ice, which
Yep.
makes you more valuable.
Yep.
If he has a good game at center, then you're like, hey, look, he had some good games at wing.
Yep. This is a guy you want to keep putting in your lineup.
Exactly.
At a certain point. Yeah.
Keep trying to make them make a decision.
It's not a hard decision for me, even if it's not at center. I think he does the things you want a bottom 6 player to do better than Kiviranta does.
And not even just Kiviranta, but like you're playing Curtis McDermott just a couple minutes
Sure.
a night, and
Sure.
we don't talk about it much anymore because we have spent so much airtime over the last 2 years talking about Curtis McDermott and why it doesn't make sense.
Our opinion is out there and well known on the
Yeah,
topic.
exactly. Like we just don't need to continue to bang away at it. But yeah, if you should, the goal should be, I need to be more valuable than that guy.
Yep.
I need to play so well that they say me at 8 minutes is more valuable than this guy at 5.
Yep. And I've in my head kind of penciled that slot in as McDermott will be the scratch when Lehkonen comes back.
Yep.
But
Well, when you're looking at it and you're, when Lehkonen and Colton are in your lineup, the guys that probably come out are McDermott and
Kiviranta.
tonight Myers.
Well, sure. But
And then, go from there.
whoever ends up being the 12th forward, whatever.
Right.
man.
But this is opportunity for Ben Myers to do a thing.
Yep. Yeah. You only get so many opportunities like this. So you got to seize them where you can.
We're talking about opportunity for Ben Myers. Ryan Johansson, wake the fuck up,
Oh,
dude.
you're back at 2C, bud. You
Just wake up, man.
2 points in your last 14 games. You got to produce.
Good Lord.
You got to have more production. Full stop.
Make a play, not a secondary assist like the Byram secondary the other day where he almost gets the puck stripped and he just
Yep.
pokes it forward and Logan O'Connor and Josh Manson do something
Just
sick.
roll in and create.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gets an assist out of it. Like, dude, make a play. Make
Yep.
an active play. Do something good.
All right. I'm going to try to make some plays with Bet365 and my bets tonight over there. I am starting off with, as you said, the Stars. Mikko over 1.5 at even money, and Makar a power play point at plus 150. You're drifting into free money territory with that Makar one. But I'm not expecting things to start easy for Colorado tonight. I'm taking no goals in the first 10 minutes of this game. Plus 135. I want to see the Avs earn it tonight. I want to see the Avs come out there and play a consistent hockey game. Have a level of steadiness. There are going to be ups and downs in a game, but don't let the down be a crater that's the size of is it the Yucatan one where the big meteor hit? I don't know. I forget
Sure.
the name of it. keep your.
There's a whole lake in Manitoba.
Just call it Crater Lake.
Yeah,
there you go.
in Manitoba that is literally is just where a big ass rock ran into it one time.
Keep your down to a puddle. Don't make it a lake. How about
Yeah.
that? All right.
Don't lose 8-2 to St. Louis again.
Yeah.
The last time these two teams
Sheesh.
played, they completely fell apart.
Sheesh.
So don't do that.
Either way, go get your bets in with Bet365. I did hit all 3 of mine the other night. I've been doing pretty well this year on my bets, to be honest.
Yeah. Took over for Blaze on the
Yeah.
betting side and just
I thought it was
kept
going to
rolling.
go poorly, but it's gone pretty all right. So
Yeah.
we're doing okay with Bet365. And the best part is right now, if you sign up with Bet365 with code DNVR365, put in at least $10, take a screenshot of your new account with the $10 in it, send it over to promo@thednvr.com. We'll hook you up with a free shirt or hat from the DNVR locker. You also get $150 in bonus bets from Bet365. So it's a lot of free stuff you can get when you sign up with that DNVR365 code.
Drew knows what lake I'm talking about.
There you go. Of course. Either way, when you do go with Bet365, you must be 21 or older, physically located in Colorado. And if you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER today. All right. We're getting there. We're, almost 10 minutes away from puck drop. AJ.
Still?
Yeah, it's 5:55.
Good Lord.
What's your expectation for tonight? I'm not going to ask score. I'm not going to ask that. What do the Avs need to do?
Really, just don't fall apart. St. Louis
Pretty
is
low
a
bar.
Well, yeah, and St. Louis is a kind of team that
They've been good lately, but they're not a good team.
exactly like their talent deficiency is so pronounced that they are not going to be able to string together 10-game stretches. Like the West is so bad they might sneak into a wild card.
That's more because of the entire Pacific and bottom half of the Central completely falling apart. Yeah, okay.
Like we might see like a 92-point team get into the postseason out of the West this year,
Very possible.
and a 97-point team not make it out East. You know, like it's just the West is just not good, and with the problems that and the shortcomings that the Blues have, you really just think if the Avs just play like a smart game,
Yep.
a disciplined game, don't give them anything easy and make them earn it, you'll probably win.
I think that's fair.
And if you get goalied,
You get goalie.
that stuff happens, man.
You'd also like to see the Avs goalie a team for once.
Yeah.
I'm not. That's
we're
not an expectation, but you know,
it's hard to goalie a team when you give up 26 shots per night.
That's
you know,
true.
like the third period against Ottawa is not goalieing a team.
So maybe that's goalieing is wrong, but you want your goalie to play to expectation. How about that?
2 or less tonight.
Yep. If
2
you
or
do
less.
that, you probably should win this game.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Georgiev saying 2 or less. I don't care if the 2 come in the first 90 seconds. That
That's
would be
the only 2.
It would be great if that did not happen, but yeah, 2 or less.
All right. Keep it simple. Don't fall apart. That's all I got for this one. We are out of here for this pregame show. No watch along tonight because the Nuggets are going as well, but we will be live postgame breaking it down, whether they blow a 4-goal lead or have a 4-goal comeback or anything in between. We got you covered. So tune in, like, and subscribe here on YouTube. If you need something to watch at intermission, go watch those Pierre Lacroix interviews. They're awesome. Highly recommend. Going to keep telling you to go watch them. We will talk to you after the game.
We all silly like the mayor.